Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Call the meeting to order. We do have a quorum. I'll take a motion to approve the agenda and the minutes, please.
So moved.
I'll second it.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion will carry. Rich Brown, good morning.
Good morning. A couple of things. You'll see some wind tower components start being delivered this week. This will be everything's going to start running now. So I think we were just looking and watching. I think a generator head just went through town. So they're going to start delivering components. I don't know where they're going, if they're going to the far northeast first or how they're bringing them in or where they're starting to build, but components will be starting to get moved in. So we'll start seeing that. The 342nd Street Bridge down by BMC Quarry down by Fertile is complete. I'm going to go look at it when we're done with the meeting here. And then I'll see if we can get them signs taken down. If I see everything's okay, we'll get that opened up. And then one other thing, the DOT sent us something here. It would have been a week ago Friday. The feds are doing something with, it's called the build grant thing. It's how it was presented was to submit some bridge work on unique bridges that are kind of, I guess the way I interpreted it was long, expensive bridges that the bridge funding can't afford to kind of support. So there's this funding available. It's a $25 million grant opportunity. And so they're asking every county in the state to submit a bridge, kind of like that last funding opportunity we had where we got one bridge in, although this one seems a little bit more unique. But I'm working with the consultants now to see if there's something on our list we can get. I think that we're probably, between Mitchell and Worth County at least, I think we're probably slim pickings for what we have to fix. It sounded like it was more unique bridges that are super long that, the funding usually can't support. So, but we'll try to put something in. They gave us a really tough turnaround time. They wanted them submitted by October 1st, so they don't give us a whole lot of time to go through, and they want them, projects that are probably going to be easy to get pushed through the queue. So anyway, we're going to try to work on that and see if we get something pushed through. The caveat to that is whoever gets selected, if there are any bridges selected, there's still a consultant fee for the state to put the grant application together. They're estimating that at $100,000, and they're going to divide that cost up between counties that have bridges selected. I think, if my understanding is correct. So there could be additional fees that we'll need to pay. And it's not 100% bridge funding either. It's kind of like an 80-20 split, where 80% of the bridge would be provided by that build grant, and the other one would be, our ST or our bridge funds or FM funds or local funds to support the 20%. So we're gonna do what we can to see if we can get something pushed into there. I don't think like I said, my expectations are low that we'll qualify for anything, but you never know. So other than that, I know that's all I've got for you this morning. We've got some guys gone. I gave you guys some information last week. We got to add out again for another hire. So we'll be pursuing that as well. Try to get something before winter here.
Did you find homes for your new guys?
Yeah, and we're still they're in temporary homes for now until we get stuff moved around a little bit. So we'll be shifting some people yet here soon. Just a matter of time. I know that last week we had a couple contractors come in and take a look at what it would cost to add a lean-to onto the Kensett shop. So we'll evaluate those costs too. So, but yeah, the guys are here. They're working. Nothing, like I said, nothing's permanent yet on what shop they'll be in. So, and with one now leaving, that kind of shuffles people around again. So we'll get it figured out though.
Good. Then all the wind turbine parts that you know of, they must all just be coming up 65 then, and then coming through Northwood and going east?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, they are. I have to look at that map again. I thought there might have been, no, they couldn't really come out of that other, it's hard for them to go east out of there with the way those tracks are set up. But I think they were coming off 65 and going in. I'll double check that route again, but I think that's the route they were using.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right.
The question, So
Yeah.
Mike's doing a real good job. I see you killing brush and stuff, and there's some pretty big trees out there. Are we gonna be cutting them down in the next year or so, or what's your plans with the dead trees and once they're dead?
Yeah, if there's some big ones that are dead, we'll see how the fall looks. You know, if we've got an open winter or not, we'll get as many guys out as we can. You know, once the ground freezes, that's when we got to look at a few more guys available to help knock some of that stuff out. So,
Okay, because I see most of them are dying real nice the way it looks. I was just kind of curious, you know, if we're gonna just leave dead ones there, we're gonna grind them off or what?
no, we'll get them cut down when we get them there.
Okay,
So,
appreciate it.
all right,
Good, thanks, Rich.
thanks.
Drainage, anything? Nothing? No regular, no claims?
No, I gotta get to him again.
Okay.
Lots of election stuff.
Okay. And no, there's no regular claims either?
Yes.
Is there
Yeah,
regular claims?
Did Chelsea send you those?
Yes,
I had some postage and
yeah, there was a
a
special one.
vehicle and more vehicles.
All right,
Sheriff's office was coming.
yeah.
And conservation got their van that WCDA is gonna pick up the tab on that.
Oh,
Good.
we still gotta run it through us, so don't we still-
Yep, make a motion to approve the claims.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the claims. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Any reports?
Oh, other claims, payroll.
All right, motion to approve payroll claims.
So moved.
Second.
Any other discussion? Favor aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. No reports, you said? Payroll eligibility or salary changes? Payroll eligibility for Brianna Lopez. Where's this guy? Sheriff's office?
Make a motion to approve the
Payroll eligibility.
payroll eligibility.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion will carry. Winhorse Betco, Melissa.
I have our board meeting scheduled for October 12th per last minutes. Does that work with everybody?
What was that?
October 12th?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think we have anything on our end, drainage, nothing that day, do we?
11:30?
11:30? Yep.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. It should still work for us, I think.
Okay.
We just all have to go help Mark pick in the
Sure.
field when we're done, so.
Zoom from his combine?
I'm just zooming from my combine, set up Zoom.
So. Okay, sounds good. Anything else?
I'm zooming from my combine.
All right.
AJ, there's a Port Authority meeting scheduled for the 8th, but I haven't touched base with anybody. I'll do that today.
October 8th. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I suppose I'll have to zoom that one too, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, let me know.
Sounds
Thank you.
good.
All right. Jason Petersburg, good morning.
Morning. I talked to Heartland Power this morning. Wednesday, they're gonna start on the electric build out there at the subdivision. They're thinking it'll take 2 days to get the install, and then they'll be down to just terminating connections. They questioned where to send the bill to. I told them Board of Supervisors. Is that correct? Just send it
1000
direct.
Central Avenue.
Yeah, yeah, just send it directly here, I suppose.
So as soon as they're done, we'll finish the seeding work. Black Hills and WCTA will take care of their own surface restoration if they make a mess out there, because they
Okay.
don't timing wise. They're not sure when they're gonna be able to get their work done. Other than that, I will be sending something back to the DNR today on that SWIP inspection, and I'm going to be working with legal on getting the final plat recorded. We'll be wrapping up.
Did you get an email from Dave Emler?
No.
Huh?
No, I have not heard from him.
He was complaining about some cleanup around the building.
Okay, I will follow up with him.
I told him to get a hold of you, huh?
Yep, I've got his number. I'll call him.
That was last week one day, and I said, just get a hold of you, and you'd see if they wouldn't get it somewhat cleaned up there. He complained about some ruts and some rocks and
Okay.
just
We
little punch items, I think, huh?
Yep, and we have not done a walkthrough for a punch list on that, and we'll be doing that here shortly as well.
Okay.
Sounds good. Did Russ follow up on getting our sodium permanganate
Yes,
stuff taken care of?
yes, he did. That was submitted, I believe.
Okay. Good. We need to make sure we get that done and in place so we can make it a permanent fixture. So
Yep. I don't know if Chris is on, he can maybe speak to that, but I know he was talking with Chris on getting the right schedules
okay.
signed and submitted.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Chris is on. He'll be here next week, so we can talk with him a little bit on that. So.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else for Jason? Okay, think we're good to go. Hopefully, we'll see that final plat soon.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. All right. Department head discussion. Department heads out there, anything? Quarters all good?
Sure.
Quiet. Everybody's quiet this morning.
Long weekend.
Yes. Okay. Supervisor Weekly, Kenny.
I had nothing. We had one meeting that was been scheduled last week. We didn't have a quorum, so it got scheduled till October 8th.
Okay.
12th, I think it was.
Mark must have had a busy week going back to the notes.
No, well, just my usual workforce development. Just waiting for our turn to come around on signing that shared liability agreement, e-sign it or whatever it is. It was only about a fourth of the way down the list last week, so hopefully everybody's getting them forwarded. I haven't seen it. I'll double check my emails here before we go, but yeah, we just continued discussions. We're going to probably hire Tony for fiscal agent, making sure everything's good there, saving us about 20 grand there. So
That's good.
That's a good deal. We'll start working on the bylaws here eventually. We got to get everything else done before we can do bylaws, I guess. Still looking for some local board members, community leaders, that kind of things like that. So got some applications. You just got to make sure you do everything right. And
Is every county responsible for it?
not necessarily by county, but North Iowa region. I think there's some people in the Mason City area, I think, that have applied. The big thing is you gotta have gender balance, you gotta have political balance, you gotta have racial balance, and it's which is tough in North Iowa to get. So and stepping up as a volunteer. So
Yeah.
that's the real.
About as bad as poll workers.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I imagine but that's, everything has to be percentage wise. And so they're, making sure we get that right.
Yep.
It's coming. We're getting there. So I was supposed to have a Zoom meeting out of Mason City, and I was on for over a half hour trying to get on, and I finally gave up, and I think they got it fixed about 45 minutes into the meeting, which was supposed to be an hour meeting, so I never got back on. I was doing something else. And it basically, they're just going over the area, and everything was fine from what I saw on the pre-minutes and the packet. They usually send out about a 40-page packet usually. Everything looked okay, so I'll continue with that until we get into the new regions.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I would have had a meeting on Friday, but it didn't work out, so.
I had NICOG Monday, and that was on it was a Zoom meeting, but going pretty smooth there. They've got, at that time they didn't have a name announced for Joe's replacement,
Oh, yeah.
but I did talk to Joe later in the week, and it's going to stay in house. So
Good.
They did get that narrowed down. So at least we'll be dealing with somebody that's been working in the office and
So hopefully
fairly,
some
maybe
of
somewhat
Joe's
familiar with,
knowledge.
maybe somewhat familiar with his knowledge and with what we all do. So,
Good.
and then yeah, they were still dealing with a lawsuit on a vehicle accident.
No,
From it's been a couple years ago now. So they're kind of a legal battle going on there, but hopefully they're gonna get that done. And then yeah, a lot of things have been fairly quiet there with COVID going on, but they've been fortunate. They said nobody in their office has gotten it. 2 bus drivers, I think, had caught in it throughout the time, but they were minor symptoms. They took their time off and came back. So they've been,
That's good.
especially for the bus drivers, seeing all the people they interact with, they've been pretty fortunate. So going pretty good there. And that's all I had last week was that. So, all right. Anything else for next week's agenda? Any future? Or Winworth Betco?
Yeah.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second it.
All in favor, aye.
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 Aye. Meeting's adjourned. Thanks, everybody.